Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Davin Talk Tuesdays. Well, but
Hey.
actually more of a
Oh
recap
wait,
episode.
stream stop. Stream is showing buffering, so I don't know what's happening.
Wait, it's okay. Jeevan's back though. And we
Jeevan,
have
you
the.
back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Hi, Jeevan.
Is it saying connected? Something? Anything? Are we live?
It is still connected. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to today's
If you
episode.
can see us yet, we are here.
If you can see us yet, we are here. Technical difficulties are
Oh,
not going to go away.
It is choppy. The stream is very choppy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can I hear a heartbeat? Is that something you're playing from Big Pigeon?
Oh, it's not choppy anymore. It is good. We
Alright.
are good.
Is
Wait,
it
why
like-
is there a heartbeat? Why is there a
Oh,
heartbeat?
yeah.
What is this heartbeat?
What's that heartbeat?
Big Pigeon says.
Big Pigeon came in with a heartbeat.
What the fuck is happening?
Real
Oh,
heartbeat.
Guys, we have like Big Pigeon in this call with us. Doing this weird heartbeat. We don't know where from.
It's not stopping also. Pigeon is revolting against us.
Oh my god. Kill the pigeon! Kill the big pigeon! Come on!
Okay, I'm going to kill it. It is not disconnecting also, dude.
it's not coming on stream anymore because I kind of muted it.
Oh, okay, go on.
It's gone.
Okay, go back.
Let me know
Fuck.
when I should unmute the pigeon.
Unmute. Unmute everyone. Let's fucking start. Okay, this is...
God, that was so creepy. That was really fucking creepy.
Fucking pigeons.
Oh my god, it's out to kill us. It's out for revenge.
As always, we have a very eventful start of game.
Dude, that was genuinely creepy. Okay, what the fuck?
Because it snuck in on you, dude. It wasn't like from the beginning. Like the second you
No,
pointed out,
it
only I
was-
heard it.
As soon as you went live, we heard this tuck tuck. And it just got more intense into a tuck 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 tuck. But
Alright.
Okay. Bringing it back.
Monica
Dungeon
is
Master,
saying
take it
that.
away. Oh god.
welcome everybody to TPK. I think it was quite fitting that we started this story so far by killing a big pigeon bot that went nuts, and I don't know why it started giving us this intense heartbeat music. But thank you everybody for joining us. It's been like I think about a month since we've had a session of Direly Beloved, our first mini campaign. Super excited to get back into it, and we have artwork and so many new things. So to quickly give you a rundown of what all our three adventurers were up to in episodes 6 to 9. First, to start with introductions, we have top of the order, we have OG Pigeon, as you would know him on Discord. Jeevan, who plays Eldon, the fairy wizard. Then we have Pale Cap Pigeon, who is Ashwin, playing Bowman, the Druid? Eldrin Druid? Is it?
Drow.
The drow.
Is it okay? The Drow, and of course his faithful companion Matata, who you would mostly see as a Black Panther. And lastly, but not the least, we have Finn, who is, as you know, on Discord, sweet little custard pigeon, also Kushakra, and he is playing a Reborn Sorcerer. Reborn's a class that isn't available anymore in D&D Beyond, so is Fairy, but we got it right at the correct time. And also with Kush is his cute little Skitten, who is a skeleton kitten that sits mostly in his ribcage.
Yep.
Now, to start off with where we were at episode 6, or even from the last story so far, we saw our three adventurers reach at Odium Lithi, which is one of the continents of Demos, our homebrew world. There they visited Goldeen Locks, which is a local guild at Fengar, a marketing port, and got the mission to go check out a local village that had a bit of a tiff with necromancy. Settled that quite quickly with a few tight slaps, if I'd say. And from there on, they moved to a bugbear cave where I, as a DM, tried my hand at puzzles and failed miserably, but it wasn't too bad. I learned map mapping from it instead. So after having survived the bugbear cave, they came across the place that they were going to, which was Nirvana's hut. Now, upon entering Nirvana's hut, what the three adventurers see is that Finn is like automatically the first feeling he gets as he walks up to the hut is a feeling of nostalgia, of reminiscence, of having been here before, having maybe even have struck a deal with the hag. Who knows? Maybe having worked with her. We don't know yet. Eldon walked in, being the proud fairy. Proud fairy, but the proud fairy is
Yeah, I'm a proud fan.
didn't really care for much apart from a cup of tea, which he didn't get either. But Nirvana, who we later found out to be quite the devious sort and also turned out to be a night hag, proposed a certain plan for each of them. Finn walked in asking for his memories to be returned to him, for which she said that he would have it soon. She also showed him a box that contained something that he felt an amenity towards but did not recognize. To Bovik, who wanted his curse removed and to rid himself of Lele, though he had quite formed a bit of an attachment with her, he learned of Lele's past, knowing that she was actually cursed by Nirvana because basically Nirvana was jealous. Like Lily was going around with her paladin, the best class, as Krishna would say it, paladin boyfriend, and Nirvana couldn't stand it, so she cursed one to forever chase the continent looking for love, while the other one to be absent from it at all times. And the last to Eldon, who did not seem to want for anything and really was just looking for a fight. She told him that she knew that she might have something he would require, and at the back came the quacking of a duck. We later found out that Eldon came from the Feywild to what is this? The Eternal Plane, right? Came here to Odium
Material
with
plane.
the Ethereal, right? Ethereal, sorry.
Material.
Material.
Oh,
Material.
Ethereal, not it. Where is Ethereal?
I am a
Above
material
material.
girl. Or how about the song goes? I cannot sing, guys. I shouldn't have attempted that at all. I don't know why.
Okay, sorry. So he came down to the material plane on a dare of sorts, I think, where what was the dare, Jeevan? Would you like to share?
All in RP in due time.
So, yeah, being the frat boy that he was, he came down on a dare to possibly maybe take back a duck. So, having looked at the three adventurers at her little hut, Nirvana proposed to them that if they were to carry out a simple mission for her, she would give them what they asked for. She would give Eldon some way to return home along with the prize he was seeking. She would give Finn a chance to have his memories back or at least know who he was. And Bovik, she would allow him to rid himself of Lele, the succubus curse to him right now. The two tasks that she gave to you, if you remember adventurers, is one, she gave you a decanter, which she has asked for you to go to the largest lake in Odium Liti and fill and bring back to her. And the second is to bring back a certain bag that the paladin, the cursed paladin that you had heard about before, has with him and seems to have stolen from her. Now, with the two, which Eldon seems to have not remembered.
Yeah. I don't remember the bag.
Yeah, but I saw Kush like nod and I was like, at least one person's keeping track. Okay. So after making their way out from Nirvana's hut, they paid witness to a couple of strange occurrences happening around them. The world seemed to be shifting, daylight became dusk immediately, and as they made their way forward and reached a slightly chirping river, they come over there and notice and take a long rest to only be confronted by a large, giant, great elk. All words that are synonymous with each other, but I use them. And over there, the elk named them, pleaded with them more like, to save the forest by rescuing an essential creature that was kidnapped. Having made their way a little forward, they came across a spider cave where Finn recalled having maybe have experimented on the same giant spider before. He gets a couple more memories of being in a laboratory of a sort. Bovik almost died.
Again.
Again.
Died again. And as they approached the end of the spider cave, they found a little lost owl bear cub who I don't know, they didn't really vow to take it back to the mother. They were more kind of like, should we make it a pet or not? But yeah, our righteous adventurers took it upon themselves to return this owl cub to its mother and traveled forward, looking and finding around them tracks of mishap, and eventually coming to what do you say, an underpath of sorts, leading to a dead end in a valley. Where upon going into, is it an underpath?
It's a underground cave.
Yeah, like an underground cave. So they went inside
Underpath, yes.
on the path. They went into this underground cave to find themselves in the right and bang in the middle of a sort of ritual circle, if you may, settling and falling right straight into a gnoll camp where they defeated the gnolls quite easily and rescued a particular duck that seemed to be in the middle. After coming in contact with the duck, they got a couple more details about it from the giant elf, who informed them that this particular duck, the turtle duck, was
Because it has a turtle shell. Yeah. Very important.
Yeah, so this duck is quite spectacular in its own for being born only once in, say, I think 900 years, and it is vital for reviving the forest. Also, another particular thing about the duck is that once it has a mate, it never mates with anyone else. I mean, any other duck ever, not anyone else, any other duck ever again. Not giving Eldon any ideas here. Okay? Not to mention that I don't know what happens in the Feywild. Okay.
Oh.
So they also realize that this duck is with child, and an essential mission that the elk gives is to take the duck to the same lake.
Oh yes, I was
Yeah.
confused. Didn't he say that the duck's partner died like many years ago?
No, he said that it died recently, but she
Okay.
is with a child right now. And one thing about the giving birth to an egg is basically it needs to be near a waterbed for 2 years.
When did this happen?
Last
Oh, this
episode.
this didn't happen. Waterbed and all you didn't tell.
Okay, that maybe I should have left for later, but I forgot. So now you
Low
guys
drop,
know.
low drop. Note it down, guys. Note it down.
But yeah, coming to the end of our last episode, the 9th episode, the giant elk gives the three of you with an item each. He looks at Finn and tells him that to ensure that you are never deceived again and you can see the truth before you, he gives you a particular stone that when you hold and look at someone, you know whether they're lying to you or not. You can find you essentially when you're looking at someone, you can get to know what their alignment is and whether they're telling you the truth are the two things. And the third thing you can also do is if someone is truly trying to deceive you and trick you by their form, I'll make you roll for it and you'll be able to see their true form if you pass my DC basically. Okay. Then for Govik, she gave a disastrous item. She gave him a ring that he was forced to put on and attuned to, which essentially, really deepens that bond that Govik shares with his animal companion. It's deepening it even further by essentially saying that if you were to ever be close to losing your life, one of your pets, one of your animal companions, can choose to give up their life to replace yours. And also, Govik, you can do the same for them as well.
Oh, that was not something that you meant. Oh, okay.
He's just being nice to you now, just because, like.
Yeah, she didn't tell us if that is possible in the last game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just being
Well,
nice.
let's see. Yeah, guys, I've forgotten a lot of the stuff I did last time. Let's go ahead with this. I'm being nice with you all. Okay, so implement it into your role play. And lastly, to our dear fairy friend that I've been horrible with giving items to, he has gotten himself a cloak of, like a cloak of disguise slash cloak of alter self, where he can essentially, any creature, doesn't matter what creature it is, that he has seen in the last 24 hours, he can turn into.
It's
For an
essentially
hour.
a cloak of true polymorph with some caveats. It's not
Ah,
like
yeah, yes.
a cloak of alter self. It's a cloak of ninth level true polymorph
Yeah, true polymorph.
with caveats.
That is true. That is true. So he will be able to transform into any creature he's seen in the last 24 hours for an hour, once before every long rest.
You know, you've given G a broken ass item, right? He's gonna like exploit that as much as
Let him
possible.
go for it. I want fun, chaotic stuff to happen in this campaign. I don't want to be like, oh no, it's just them going adventuring again. So if you want to like meet a dragon and turn into a dragon the next day, we'll make it work.
All right,
But yeah,
all right.
having met the great elk, having returned the owlbear cub to its mother that they found near the duck as well, the turtle duck as well. They say they bid adieu to both the owlbear and its mother, and they fly off. And which is when the giant elk visits them, gives them the stars to take the duck to the largest lake where they were going to essentially, and they will find a deeper purpose there. That is where we left off in the last episode. So now we see our three adventurers with multiple animal companions. You have Skitten, you have this very pregnant duck that seems to have taken a liking to you, Eldon. Kind of feels like it has an affinity towards you. It's very weird, okay? So you, on the other hand, look at it as a big fluffy pillow. Meanwhile, you have Matata who's snuggled up to Borwick. He looks a little tired up, doesn't really seem to be doing much. You can see his ear twitching a little, and an eye when you really look at him, look past his black form to look at his golden eye, you see that it is like half open, keeping an eye on everything around. Kitten, on the other hand, you can hear is like sharpening what claws she has left on
Ah,
Finn's ribcage, that he doesn't really seem to matter. His passive
It's
face
just
doesn't.
bone on bone happening there.
ah, ah, I already hate it.
Yeah, so all of you are sitting now around this merry fire, it's chirping really wildly. What are you all up to? I'd say that you're still settling down. Aldon, you haven't
Also,
fallen off to sleep yet.
Yeah.
another something you missed from the Feywild was that or maybe that happened when I was called. Just reminding that I got another piece of memory back there when something took over me, and I almost murdered the duck, which I don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that, which is very essential actually to the plot. Is that Finn looks at the duck. This is not, if I had to remind you, not while you were holding a stone. This is before
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
While you were
Right
looking
before
at
that.
it, yeah, while you were looking at the duck, you had this innate hatred towards it, and your whole being was filled with this purpose to get rid of this duck because you don't remember why, but you have a feeling that nothing good will happen with this duck being alive.
Hmm.
Now, picking up from there, what are our three adventurers doing? As you look around you, the trees seem to have thinned down a bit, having traveled so far. It's been about, I'd say, a week's journey since you all met at Odium Luthi. You have reached halfway through the left side of Odium Luthi, and as you've traveled through these forests, one note. Could you guys give me a nature check? Let's do the first check then.
Oh, where to
Nature,
go?
or would it be perception? What would
Nature
it?
perception either.
Yeah. What is observing? Perception, right?
Perception.
Yeah. Perception or nature, either.
Dirty 20.
20. Awesome.
Dirty 20.
Oh, perfect. That's good.
9.
9. Okay. Well done.
14.
14. Okay. Decent enough. So one thing that you, Berwick, you notice, especially having lost all your weapons at the bugbear cave and feeling pretty defenseless at this point. Another thing that you notice as as all of you have traveled through this forest and where you are at now, you do notice that the trees around you have started to thin down. They seem to look slightly withered, like they're decaying. You look at the stream, the river that you have been following that should lead you to the Great Lake. You've been following it, and you don't notice that the water seems to be slightly more muddy, more putrid in a way. You don't feel, how would I say, you don't feel confident enough to fill your water skin at the riverbank. And when you also look around, you do get a sense, you being a druid and having traveled through multiple forests, you do get a sense that you don't know why, but the forest, this end at least, seems to be dying.
And we're setting up camp here?
Yeah. Which is something that you're not too happy about, since you don't really have any way to defend yourself. Finn, you don't really notice much. You are so wrapped up in thoughts on the thoughts of your recent memories that all that really goes over your head is like, it's like watching a show, a television show or a film. You just keep replaying the scenes that you've seen over and over in your head, trying to look for more details that could possibly give you a clue as to where you had come from. If you would like to look into your memories deeper, I'll make you roll a wisdom check.
Before that, I would like to, once the camp is set up, sit down, take the decanter that Nirvana gave us out, and since I'm going to take a rest after this, I'm going to cast Identify on it.
Oh, okay. I need to look for that.
What exactly is this decanter? Is this what I think it is? Because I'm thinking that the moment we will put this decanter in the water, it might just suck up all of the water, causing a drought or something, which I'm not very, looking forward to.
Okay. So wait, what all does Identify tell you?
It just tells me everything about it, I think.
I'm going to check word by word.
You choose one object that
Sure.
you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magical item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them. Whenever it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. If you instead touch a creature, doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what it does.
Okay.
Unless it is a creature.
I will need a minute now to look for my notes. But until then, how about Ashwin? You tell us what you're doing.
Yes, you see Bovik slowly setting up camp, and he'll be looking out around, very uncomfortable in this new space where with this decaying trees and the putrid water. And as he sets up camp and he's supposed to settle down near the campfire, you'll see him take out the ring, observe it, look at Patata, take Adler out from his coat, and look at Adler, look around and be like, Finn,
Yeah.
do you think this is worth it?
The ring?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a difficult choice. I mean, I would not never want to sacrifice my companions for my life, but I wouldn't mind laying down my life for them.
I'll tell you, I've died once before, and I did not want to come back. So if you're dying, just die.
So you say I
someone
should
say
sacrifice
die?
myself?
Yeah, you're still awake?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of. I actually need to. I've run out of supplies, so I'm just. And then you see, like, Eldon just take like a tiny ass, like, mortar and a tiny ass pestle, and then take like some berries that he just spent some time collecting and put into it and start like squishing through it.
Are you
So,
making
yeah.
dinner?
No, just stuff. You'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
I mean, actually,
So I was-
it's for my skin. This is what I put on my face when I go to sleep. Do you want some? I can make some for you. Though
what does it do?
You put berries on your
it
skin?
moisturizes. Yes, and it's like a mixture of berries and a mixture of certain succulents. Really good for your skin. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's an insult to you, but you know,
I mean,
skin good.
I mean, I wouldn't mind trying some. Also, I'm still trying to figure out if I should put this ring on. What do you think?
he already put it on once,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's already bound to you.
so you could just put it on before dying, I guess, and then choose.
Alright.
Or you can just
I'm-
put it on now and then choose when you're about to die.
Yeah, I guess so, and I'll put on the ring.
Kush, I'm gonna make this decision to send you in private what the item is, and you can choose to tell the others if you want. How about that?
Oh damn! Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Identify
sorry,
takes
did I
a
miss
minute,
a
by the
roll?
way.
Yeah, no, he did. He cast identify on the decanter.
Yeah, he missed it. He can't
God,
identify it. Like, oh
Oh.
god, I cannot not tell him what it is. Okay.
Yeah, but you can't tell him in private, and it's up to him.
That's what she's doing.
Oh boy,
Oh my god.
just the reasons he said that is getting me worried.
So, oh yeah,
I
give me some
say-
of that berry. I want to try it out.
Yeah, it needs a minute. Like I
Alright.
need to crush it properly and strain it and crush it again. So just give me a bit of time.
Also, I'm so very surprised that you have a skin routine.
Yeah, it's barbaric that you guys don't.
I mean, I've been living in the forest for so long, and not like I really.
Really, it's
need a skin
barbaric that I don't put berries on my skin.
I'm sorry. Force of habit. You no skin, of course. Maybe you could try it on your
I mean,
bone.
yeah, it might
Bone?
moisturize the bone.
What do you get from moisturizing bone?
Soft
Don't-
bone.
Usually there's
Don't answer
blood.
that. Don't answer that. Yeah, blood. Let's go with the blood pipe. Cool. Got it.
I'm sorry, harder bone.
Yeah. You know.
While this conversation is happening, identify is cast,
Yeah.
and I say, "Fuck! This is exactly what I feared it would be."
What do you mean?
What do you
It
mean?
means that
So this
What is it?
decanter, she wants it to be filled with water.
Wait, what?
this river right there, fill it with water.
You see this bag I have? I take out my bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what you put inside, it keeps going. Right?
Right.
This decanter is the same.
I mean, there has to be a limit to how much you can keep. That bag is not endless either, is it?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it can take up the whole lake. And
So-
the duck needs the lake to lay its eggs.
Why does a duck need a lake?
Wait, my
to
problem
lay
is
its eggs?
Bovik is supposed to be an animals guy. Don't ducks lay egg in water?
No,
Or
they
near water at least.
they make near water. They make a little nest near the water and lay eggs, not in the
Yeah,
water.
there cannot be near water if there is no fucking water.
I mean, not really. They just need really wet soil. It's completely fine if they don't have water also nearby.
It takes the duck 2 years to hatch the egg.
That's
And
not a normal duck.
I know. I'm not talking about a normal duck. Does not
that
take
is
normal
not a
fucking
normal
ducks 2 years.
decanter.
Wait, isn't the duck somewhere here with us? And I look around. Is the duck near us?
Yeah, it is.
All right. I said, wait, can we talk to the duck? Did we establish that we can talk to the duck?
Yes.
Yeah,
Only you
did
can.
talk. So you don't
Uh,
also notice, you don't, Bhuvik, it's only because all of you turned right now to look at the duck. Something that you had noticed before, but the others not as much. Like Eldon, while he was traveling to this forest, he did see that it seemed to be losing a bit of its charm and light, if you would, but Eldon being Eldon didn't give a shit. Okay, like he's just like, who the fuck cares? Okay, he's just like, that looks like a little dry. Huh. Okay, and he just like walks off.
Doesn't moisturize. The duck doesn't moisturize whenever he goes to sleep. They go to sleep. That's what Eldon thinks.
You see, Bovik, that this duck seems to be at the back eating something. You can't really make out what it is, but it seems to be at the side. You see a little, it's closer to a river body that's just up in front of you. Imagine like you are settled near a river body, though it's
Mm-hmm.
not there in the map. So imagine that right ahead from you is like slow flowing river body, and the duck's there at its bank chewing on something.
I will approach it and be like, wait, do we know if it's a guardian? I remember there was the word guardian used. Was it guardian?
Whether the duck was a guardian? Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Also, yeah.
Finn, on the other hand, can you give me a perception check?
Then
That's a 21.
Oh, 21. Finn, you feel like something on your person's missing.
oh no.
Is she chewing on
Oh.
Skitten, this fucking duck?
No, she's not chewing on Skitten. But the little block that you had seen earlier, that worm shot had given you, seems to have disappeared.
Oh, that whole thing. Hey, Bovik, it probably should not be eating that thing.
What is it eating?
A little cube of like nonsense with fungus all over it.
I mean, fungus and. Are you sure it's just fungus and nonsense?
I don't know what it is. I don't have a mouth to taste it or a nose to smell it.
That's fair. I'll approach the duck and be like,
That's fair.
hey guardian, duck. What are you eating? What is that? And I will approach and try to like be better and talk to it.
Dogs act when you're like, what are you eating? And then they eat even quicker and run away. That's exactly what the duck's doing. Okay, you see that there's a half-eaten, like black fungus-covered cube lying on the ground, which is just like rotting. She like quickly, like with her little bill, just quickly picks it up and starts waddling away. And even as you watch her like run to take another place to eat it at, you can see how difficult this is for her because her body in proportion looks a lot larger, like a very pregnant duck, and she seems to have exhausted herself like immediately and settles down and like is huffing and puffing, but is just like at the same time just aggressively chewing on this thing as well.
Wasn't gonna take it away. I just wanted to know what you were eating. I don't know if that's good for you. If I know you stole it from the bag of bones there. But
Good, very very good for me. I love it.
What is it?
Just
Okay,
want
he
to
can't understand.
remind the DM that duck can't speak common.
Yeah, we can't understand it. Only Povik can.
Bovik also can't without casting his speak with animals.
Let's
Did he
assume he
cast it?
cast it.
yeah, let's just assume I
I
cast
thought
it.
you could cast it. Okay. Yeah. So the
Assume I cast it. It's ritual casting. Sorry.
I don't honestly right now. I don't
Spend the
remember
spell
how
slot
much
in
the
your
duck
life.
could talk.
Spend the spell slot in your life for a damn spell.
Fucking druids.
I swear.
I will still ritual cast it. Fuck that.
Dude,
It's like-
ritual cast takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
And you
But
remember
what will
it's
you do
10
for 10
minutes of
minutes?
it's 10 minutes of him just going ka ka ka.
Ba, ba, moo, moo.
You're like one annoyed day away from Eldon just murdering you while you ritual cast.
So she, yeah, I'll approach and be like, that it's we didn't want it. I'm just make sure when you steal from the bag of bones, that's properly edible and you might.
It's staring beyond you and looking at the shiny, glowing ring on your finger. And both you being someone who has handled animals a lot, you do see a hunger in her eyes. Not a hunger for power, but more like she wants to eat that ring.
Yo, why do you want the ring? And I'll look at Eldon. Do you have more berries?
No, berries aren't good. Berries aren't good at all. Do you have poison by any chance? Or that lovely, lovely drink? I'd love some metal.
I will give
Poison?
it a vial of poison.
What drink?
It like looks at it
Oh no,
and
wait! It's a portion of poison. It's a portion of poison resistance. Oh my!
Oh.
Oh no, it's a portion of
You.
poison. Here you go.
it looks at it and it's trying its best to remove the the little
No,
cork
no, no.
from
Hold on. I'll grab it from it. I'll be like, do you still have some of those berries?
Yeah, you know what? Here, I'll take out an edible berry and be like, I want you to just eat this.
No, no.
It-
Hold on. I have an idea, and I'll take the berry and I'll
No.
dip it in the poison.
Bovik, no, just give me a minute. I'm
All right.
curious. Eat this. I don't care if you like it or not, but I want you to finish it. Can you please translate that for me?
Oh yeah,
It
sure.
can understand. It can understand.
Yeah, it can
Oh,
understand.
you can
what you're
understand. Eat this.
So-
I don't care if you like it or not, but I want you to chew it and swallow it.
So he says, eat this and just eat it. It might be
You
good for
can
you. It is
understand us,
poison.
Bovik. You can understand us. You just
It-
can't talk
Okay.
back.
It just jumps
This is very
past the
confusing.
berry and launches itself towards the vial of poison.
No, you. I will give it to you. If you're able to. Can I, can I shove it into its mouth while it's quacking?
Oh, give me sleight of hand. I'll do it as a contested check, okay?
Berry is how big for you? Like an apple?
Oh yeah, berry is a berry. Ducks aren't that small.
Not
No,
that.
to
Oh
Eldon.
yeah, Eldon. Yeah, actually, for Eldon it's like a
I mean,
loaf
it's
of
like
bread, I
okay,
guess.
not like this, but like okay, like this. I want to like, yeah, just its mouth.
What?
Nothing.
Okay, so what was your sleight of hand?
10.
She is able to evade the berry that you're trying to stuff into her mouth and take a nip at your hand instead. Which honestly, Eldon, you being you is like most of your forearm. Okay, so
My hand isn't tiny, dude.
No, but
Okay.
like it's a duck, and I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's like I think it's
Yeah,
proportional,
it would be.
right?
Yeah,
Right?
makes sense.
Like it doesn't eat the whole of you, but your arm it gets.
Okay. Basically, I get hurt. Cool.
Yeah, you get hurt, but you don't take any significant damage. Like even it doesn't seem to be assertive towards you. It just seems to be really hungry. Bobik, you also
Yo. That's
observe
not edible.
that-
He's not edible.
And it's like it just like
Can I
he spits
check
out.
and see if anything is changed?
Poison. Okay, I think this is going to be my duck voice.
It's fucking annoying. I love it. Can I check and see if anything has changed about it in terms of appearance or predicament or anything since like a day ago even?
Give me an animal handling check.
And also, have you seen it eat normal food?
You have not seen it eat
We
yet.
have not seen it in normal food. Okay, cool.
No, you haven't seen it eat yet. The only thing you've seen it eat
Cool.
is this block of what
All
we
right,
now
well-
know, like what Bovik at least understands as poison.
Poison.
So, now you
Also,
know what,
Eldon, give me that vial. She might grab that from your other hand. And I take the vial and give me some berries as well. Take some of the berries. I pour the vial of poison over the berries and then put my hand out for her.
she immediately goes for your hand and makes a really sloppy mess of it. Also, like you can get this sense that she is really hungry because she starts licking off all the remaining like poison and berry juice off your hand. It's almost like a lapping dog, and you've never seen a duck really behave this way. Also, having come from what you know of what the giant elk has told you, you wouldn't have expected a forest guardian to act this way.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
This is very strange. You seem really hungry, but that's all the poison we have right now.
It like gives you a very sad face, and then watch as it starts going towards the bank. It seems to be like pushing aside some rock. It's looking for anything that it can find to eat. As you slowly observe it over the next couple of minutes, you do notice that anything that you would consider to be undesirable, right? Like maybe waste or something decaying, like completely ignoring any sort of flowers or plants that you would consider edible, it goes directly for all this sort of waste.
I want to telepathically say, "What the fuck are you up to, duck?"
Okay, can the duck talk back to you too?
No,
So it just ignores you. Just
ignores.
like, yeah, it just ignores you and continues to like look around for something to munch on. You do get a
Ah,
feeling that it is really hot.
I rolled
It
a
is really.
12 for animal handling. Is there
Okay.
any change in it, discernible change since the previous day?
It
Like
does
this
seem.
seems sudden, and Eldon is not comfortable because this seems odd and it seems sudden.
So the thing is that you do look over it. You're looking to see if there are any signs of change. When you recall what happened the night before, you remembered how when you had first gone to touch it, its shell seemed to kind of like expand and release energy.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember.
the exploding thing.
Also,
Yeah.
you recall like subtly the scorch marks around the duck when you had found it.
Yeah.
Looking at its shell again, you do get a feeling that it might have overexerted itself. The shell seems to be not as glossy as you had seen it yesterday, even though yesterday it was honestly the
Hmm.
dust and the litter around didn't make it very hard for you. It made it very hard for you to really notice any details. But now looking at it, you do look at its majestic uh, turtle-like shell, and you notice a lot of scars on it. Bits of it seem to be broken. But as it's another thing you do notice, Eldon, is that as it starts eating more of this waste at the banks, the shell seems to it's kind of like taking like a glossy shine to it the more she
Hmm.
starts eating.
So
So
she's getting
you do
healthier.
have, yeah, so you do get this indication that it's kind of like she's hit her exhaustion point and she's trying
Hmm.
to get back her energy.
I will, while I'm out and pestering, I will walk around and see if I can find disgusting stuff to her and point out
Okay.
to the duck. And I will inform Bovik that this is what I feel.
Okay, give me an investigation check. Bovik, what will you be
Oh,
doing?
Oh, that seems interesting. And I will just completely ignore what he's doing and let him do his thing, and I'll go back to Finn. Be like, so this has been an interesting couple of days.
Yeah, fuck, it has.
I mean,
Uh,
what?
but wait a minute. You were talking to the duck to figure out if she needs water.
Yeah, but I think Eldon seems to have figured out that. Well, he told me right now that she needs
Garbage.
decaying and garbage, decaying stuff, and poison. So he's going to look out for that.
while
And
when I hear them, overhear them, and be like, forget about this. What the fuck is that decanter?
all
Yeah,
right, yeah.
this is the equivalent of this bag. We put water, water keeps going in.
So
Water gets finished, the duck cannot lay eggs.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Elon is shouting this over from where he is.
Uh,
See, if it's a decanter, it's not like you put it in the lake, it's gonna like immediately suck it dry in an instant, right?
Nirvana wants this decanter to be filled.
That's my question. Does she want us to spend an eternity fucking filling a decanter with a lake? Is
Okay,
she
why do
trying?
we need?
Yes.
Is she
Oh,
trying to screw with us in the sense that like it's a decanter with a fucking entrance and like all the water has to go through this, which will take forever? Or is she trying to pull something where we just put it in and the entire lake immediately disappears and then there's some weird crazy shit about the decanter?
I don't
Either
know.
way,
Just give me the decanter for a second.
Can you
while
experiment
we
with like
want
just
it.
dipping it in a puddle and seeing if the puddle
Yeah,
drains
I was just
immediately or it takes time?
gonna try that.
I'm
Why
gonna
do?
walk up to the river. I do not trust Povit, so I will not give it to him. I walk up to the river bank, right where the duck
Uh,
is, and telepathically say you might want to move back.
to everyone or just the duck?
Just the duck. Hope she doesn't get sucked in. And after she moves back, gonna put it in the water so that the stream is towards the mouth of the decanter.
Okay.
I mean, you had the same idea. You could have just handed it to me.
You'll find a way to fuck it up, man.
Okay. I'll go and like start petting Matata again.
Okay. So, Finn, as you reach down to put this decanter, the lip of the decanter to the water, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh
Saving
boy.
throw. 13.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Why are you laughing? I don't like the sound of that.
I think saves and all during long rest. What is this?
What longer? This is like a catch up thing. I didn't know we were gonna like fucking be in danger.
Yeah. I mean, we could have not done this.
We could have not done
You
this,
could
but yeah.
have not, but you did. And
Yeah, 13 seems like a reasonable DC for level 5 adventure.
Let's see what the DM says.
Let's see what the DM thinks.
oh my god.
Doesn't sound good.
Gee, you do know your. Okay.
Wisdom save. What could it be?
This is going to be really sad for the question. Okay. I
Okay.
am so sorry for doing this to you. I need to make a roll now.
What is happening?
Okay.
No idea.
So what happens, Kush, is as you are going to lean to like put this at the to the lip of the water, you are immediately struck by the most horrendous headache. And you're not able to see this, but what Bovik and Eldon see is you see this skeleton man without any expression on his face just immediately fall down to his knees, start screaming. The decanter is kept to the side. He has his hands in his face, his face in his hands, and you can see Skitten, who's in his chest, actually leap out and go onto his shoulder to try and calm him down. When she's not successful, she comes running to you, Bovik. Then, on the other hand, you are struck by this one word just hitting in the center of your mind again and again, like a shearing pain, telling you, obey, obey. The pain is so great that you fall down to your knees and take 4 points of damage. Unfortunately, Finn, you'd realize this later. You cannot you cannot get back this HP.
Oh, this is permanent HP loss. Even after rest. Okay.
Oh, that is a dangerous decanter.
Hmm.
I'll be like, don't worry, to the duck. I'm here. It's fine.
Fuck the duck, dude. This guy is dying again. And I'm gonna go and like actually like well not pull him up, but like hold his hand and like fly up. But are you alright?
Hold on. I'm coming to help. Don't worry, and I'll go
Like
and
you know
like
how
pick him up.
normal sized people like put their hand down and like pull people up? Eldon can't do that shit. So he has to like tug on you to like make you stand up here.
Right. It's fucking what? Obey what? What the fuck is happening?
What do you mean obey?
I don't know. Fucking this Bovik.
Yeah.
When we were at the fucking place with the father,
Yeah.
you had a headache.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
did the headache have a voice?
DM did the headache her voice.
What headache, okay?
Yeah, I can see that on your face.
Yeah, even when Kush was like, the headache, I was like, wait, what?
I remember the headache.
A headache that was pulling him towards Nirvana.
Oh, that headache. Oh, you mean that sense. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That
No,
was a
you-
migraine.
You did not have a voice in your head at that time.
No, I mean, I never had a voice in my. It just was more like sense of calling. It wasn't a voice. Just.
That was a mild annoyance. What you had was something worse.
Can I roll insight or maybe cast identify again to see what this was?
On yourself.
Identify wouldn't work.
What are you
Give
going to
me a
cast on?
perception check with advantage, honestly, because you're innately trying to understand what this is.
I am going
Ah,
to cast detect magic
a dirty 20.
and look around to see if I spot anything weird.
You're going to cast detect magic.
And look around if I
Okay.
see anything weird.
Also, I'm gonna put my hand in my pocket and hold the stone
Oh,
to amplify.
what?
Oh,
What's
I'm
happening?
sorry. I cannot cast it. I have to ritual cast it. So
Okay,
you
how much
see
time is that?
Eldon just like propped on with his book open and just like start like reciting.
Okay.
It takes 10
So,
minutes.
so imagine this is the next
will-
5 minutes of this session before we end here and start on our actual episode, because this will take a lot more.
Yeah, this
You
almost became like a full episode.
you see Bovik, frantically trying to look through his bag to find some sort of medicine that he can give Finn. Each time stopping to look at Finn and realizing this is a skeleton, and maybe none of this will work on him.
Right.
Your medical remedies are useless as well. You see Matata, his ears perked up, but right now, having heard this thing, Finn scream as well, you notice three things happen simultaneously. Can you give me a perception check first, Finn?
Pin.
And
With advantage? What was it?
yeah, dirty 20. I just did that.
30-20. Okay. So you notice three things from your angle, Bovik. You notice that Eldon is sitting at the side and doing his ritual casting with his book open. You look at Matata, who seems to have gotten up, is looking at a space right in front and giving a low growl. You see Finn stop crying in pain, to stop and just look around wildly. Because Finn, at this moment, you have a feeling that somebody might be there near you. And Eldon, having finished your ritual cast, you look up from your book, turn around to look for some presence of magic, and look right forward. And at the same place that Matata seems to be looking at, you see a sort of shimmering film. And you, having done mysterious and prankster like things like this before, understand that someone standing there might be invisible. And that's where we end today's session. And that's where your long rest also ends. So we will pick up from the next episode. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I am sorry for forgetting.
I lost 4 permanent HP on a long rest.
But also, I'm just
Oh
gonna
boy. I'm gonna transition. Are we done?
Yes, thank you everybody
Thank
for
you
joining us.
everyone for joining us.
See us again on Thursday at 8 p.m. IST right here on our YouTube channel. We will be continuing this whole campaign at that point. I am excited to see what havoc these guys will create, and I will go rewatch all the old episodes to
To
see.
remember what the fuck happened.
Yeah, like all of them clear in my head like a month ago. Now I'm just like, wait, what happened? What did I plan for these things? So thank you guys. I'm glad we had a lot of interesting stuff happen today. Let's see what happens in our next episode. Maybe
Before
it'll
we
have
go-
a TPK.
Before we go, please join us on Discord right now. We actually have at least someone or the other running a game every single day. So,
Oh, yeah.
like, if you want to just try your hand at the game, if you've never done it before, or if you're a seasoned veteran player and want to show us the what's what and the who's who of how the game works, please come and say hi. And
Yeah.
also, we have the Indian DM currently live right now. So, if you want to keep watching more D&D on YouTube, head over to his channel.
Yeah, just go
Yes.
to his channel now.
Go to
Yeah,
channel
go
now.
to
Yeah.
it right now because he's having his weekly campaign and he started a homebrew version of, I forget how it's
Lost Minds of
Lord
Pandalvar.
Man.
Or what is it
he's
called
named it.
now?
Pandleshwar.
Pandaleshwar.
Fundleshwar,
Yeah.
something like that.
Indian
Okay,
flavor
honestly,
stuff.
we're just useless at pronouncing these words, but that campaign is fantastic.
Yeah, you should definitely go check it out.
Yeah, he almost had a TPK on the first session, so we endorse it.
Yeah, we totally endorse it. Go check it out. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
for
so
this
much.
mini
Watching
session
us.
today.
Check out all our other
Bye.
partner channels and friends and Daisies and Dragons and Panic Knot and everyone. And have fun,
Love
pics.
everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.